and what made this an unusual cookbook is it is recipes from all my favorite authors. There are recipes connected to books that I've read. There's Scott Fitzgerald's favorite appetizer, which is oysters rockefeller. There are crackers from Jane Austen's era. There are, Truman Capote has many things in here. And she basically put it all together. In volume 2, she's included recipes from my favorite television shows, things like paella from Seinfeld and cornballs from Arrested Development. So there are also lots of drink recipes in here. Today we're also going to make, probably going to take a look into making either a gin Ricky or a mint julep. Okay, so the first recipe we're going to make from my historic cookbook is Bath Oliver biscuits. William Oliver was a physician from Bath, England. He invented the Bath bun and discovered that his patients were getting too fat from the bun, so he invented the Bath cracker. This is a simple recipe with very few ingredients. We're going to start by sifting flour. That's 3 3/4 cup. Matter of fact, I'm a little concerned about how few ingredients do go into it because there's very little in here for flavor. So we're going to see what happens. Again, I'm not going to mess with the recipes. These are historically correct. Okay, so a little pinch of salt, and again, that's about the only thing going in for real flavor, and then a packet of yeast. Okay, unusual that we're doing it that way, but that's how the recipe calls. I'm going to make a tiny little well in there, and into that we're going to add 2/3 cup of milk that's been warmed and 2 tablespoons of butter. Just kind of first dampen all your flour and then start giving it a good mix, and of course this is going to be set to rise. Okay, now let's just let it rise. Looks like it's risen as much as it's going to, so we're going to take it out. My hands are clean. And I'm going to go ahead and divide it in half. What we're going to just do is roll it out, and let's get some flour on the dough board here. Now the boys want me to get these as thin as I can, so I'm going to do what I can. Now you just want to cut it with a biscuit cutter, or in this case I use a decorative cookie cutter. Now you want to prick the tops of them so they won't puff up. You want them to stay nice and flat. Pop them in a 325-degree oven for 20 to 30 minutes. What you're going to end up with is something very similar to a water cracker, and we all love them. So the crackers are done. They turned out what I expected them to look like. They're just tiny, thin, very, very thin biscuits. They rose a little bit. So we're going to assemble a plowman's lunch, which is something we do out on the patio all the time, and it's just basically breads and cheeses. It's sort of a field hands sack lunch, sort of. So. And we have some nice, now this is not particularly authentic, but you want a nice hearty bread. I've got some sourdough here and some ciabatta. And so we're going to put, and of course the crackers. The crackers are going to make a nice little vehicle for, and you want a real hearty cheese too. So I've got some nice English cheddar. Okay, again, the Gouda may not be necessarily authentic, but we've got some nice Gouda and some really nice cheddar. You absolutely want butter. I can't emphasize this enough. This is real butter, and it's hard, and there's no other way around that. You want that. That's what she said. So then we also have some nice sourdough, and then the last thing you want to add is in a plowman's lunch you have a little bit of everything. So you also have a vegetable. So we've got some nice
That's a fruit, actually.
Well, and it serves us both. So there's your plowman's lunch. You take it out to the patio. Okay, so for my third recipe from the book Debbie made me, we're going to do William Faulkner, a Southern gentleman. He liked to have a mint julep, and no patio festivity / plowman's lunch is complete without a cocktail. So it is Belmont Day, so we're going to do Faulkner's mint julep. It's real simple. We're going to put mint in each of the glass, and I'm going to give it just a real gentle crush to release the essence of the mint. Okay, I've made some simple syrup with a little mint as well. And what I have in here is I've just crushed some ice. You definitely want crushed ice, because all this really is
that is not crushed.
it's crushed enough. It's crushed enough. That one needs another crushing.
Cut.
Okay, now keep going. This is Kentucky bourbon. The better, I mean, there is a difference. Really good whiskey and really good bourbon, it makes a big difference, especially when it's the featured ingredient. So just a tiny bit. You're just going to sip on this out on the patio. Make that one needs a little bit more. And then just the tiniest splash of simple syrup. And of course we're going to give it a little shush, shush, shush. And then we're ready for our patio party. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this first installment. I've had a lot of people do a lot of really nice things for me, but nothing quite like what my sister did with this cookbook. So I really want to continue to do something with it, so I will be making different things from it, you know, as I get the chance. So stay tuned. I think up next might be paella.
Thanks, Debbie.